Good morning to everybody. Happy Friday. It's Daryl here. It's 3:30 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. All right. I'm going to talk about Donald Trump passing an executive order concerning the social media platforms. I've been up for 2 hours now. I've read over 7 or 8 different articles. As I told you guys, I'll go to different places, Livewire, which is a conservative page, Fox News. I'll go to Now This, and I'll read everything in between, The Guardian, everything in between, and to get a good idea. I want to, I have the gist of what's going on here. Trump got called out that what he said on Twitter, again, was factually incorrect. Not that it was a conservative view, but that it was factually incorrect, and he got called out on it. And his ego could not take being called a liar in front of everybody, and he's gone on a bender now to punish the social media platforms because he's the president. He can say whatever the hell he wants. All right, so he passed I'm going to I didn't understand the gist of it, the nuances. Let me go over it for you guys just in case. So he passed this executive order. It's created to try to force the FTC and FCC to more regulate or open up to take away some of the protections that the social media platforms have. So YouTube, Twitter, the protections they have from being sued for their content. Their argument is that they are publishers more than just a social platform. Now, let's just talk about this for 1 second. I create this video that you're watching. I publish this video you're watching. It's a social platform where I can present my views. Other conservatives can present their views. I cannot show nudity, not if I want to get monetized. I can't. I've learned the hard way that I can't say there's a whole list of words and subjects that I can't talk about. Numerous videos of mine have been demonetized, and I'm trying so hard to learn. It's tough. It goes beyond swearing because they're concerned with what they're not concerned, but they'll just tell you flat out that some of their advertisers just don't want to present their product to be associated with what I'm talking about. Freedom of speech. It really has nothing to do with YouTube. It's between me and the advertisers, really. And the other things are harmful stuff like drugs, stuff like that. Personally, of course, I have never been censored for political views. Now, this would walk right into Trump's argument that the conservatives are getting beaten up. All right. I'm not going to just recite everything out here. What I read a lot of Trump quotes, and I see these keywords, these phrases that his supporters love. The big tech companies, and they're pushing their agenda, and it's kind of like a conspiracy to silence Donald Trump because us Trump haters and us liberals who don't work all day just want to beat up on him. Us Antifa people and minorities and everybody else just want to beat up on poor Donald Trump, and he's not going to take it anymore. That's the gist of it. By doing this, by forcing the FCC and FTC to take away their protections, I forgot the number. Damn it! But it's a law protecting the social media platforms from being sued because of our content. On the theory that they provide this platform for us to speak on, so they're not liable for what we're saying, our views. When they take away my monetization, it's because advertisers don't want to deal with me. They don't want to hear they don't want their product associated with what I'm saying. It has nothing to do with censoring me. It's more just about money and advertising. I'm not that familiar with Twitter. I'm very familiar with Facebook. I've never seen political views censored on Facebook ever, conservative or otherwise. These are my personal experiences, and I'm not just saying that. Look, censorship is bad, be it be it censoring conservatives or censoring liberals. And I mean this. And why do I say this? Because if these big tech companies supposedly can censor or favor liberals, then they could just as easily down the road switch around and favor conservatives, and I'll be on the other end of it. So I realize this. I'm not that short-sighted that I would take the position that good, let them quiet down those Trump supporters. Let them censor Trump. I wouldn't say that. Everybody deserves free speech, because one day it will be my free speech that's being censored. I want to hear the truth. I don't want it censored. I don't want Donald Trump's lies. I don't want to hear lies. I'm glad these social media outlets are fact-checking. It's called fact-checking. Now, again, Trump in these quotes, I suggest you guys look over these his exact quotes, because he's talking about civil liberty, freedoms, and freedom of speech, and the big tech companies, and he's hinting at like a conspiracy to muzzle him and his patriotic supporters. Yeah. And what it's going to do, what the potential would be that it would open up YouTube, Facebook, all these companies to being sued, being held liable for what I say. Therefore, me and a bunch of other stations will disappear, because YouTube you can only be sued very few times before you declare bankruptcy. So if that were to go through, these channels, let's use YouTube as an example, would have no choice but to delete stations like Bo, because they don't want to be, they couldn't take being sued by the conservative groups, and that's what would happen. What this channel and other channels would be reduced to is funny pet, America's Funniest Home Videos. That's what you'd be watching here. Yeah, so we don't want that. To tell you the truth, I've redone this video several times, and I'm not sure if I actually even talked about this yet. The fact that the timing of this, that it's coming up right now as we crossed over 100,000 deaths of the coronavirus, that it's a distraction. And with that in mind, I almost didn't make this video because I didn't want to be distracted from the coronavirus. But I thought, well, why not just make 2 videos? And I'm going to do that. But yeah, this is just pure censorship, and it even more than that, it's an example of Trump and his ego. That he's on this mission now, because one of his facts were incorrect. Most people, if I said something wrong and you guys said it in the comment section, I would come on, I would apologize, and I'd correct myself. That's what grown men do. That's what intelligent people do. You make mistakes, you learn from them, you apologize if needed, and you move on. You don't go to war with the platforms that provide free speech. I want to say one more thing. So I've started looking around because my personal belief is there's plenty of examples of stations like mine that are more not just liberal views, but progressive. And then there's the other side. I came across a channel called Livewire, a conservative channel. And on that channel was a man called Andrew Klavan. I don't need to talk too much about him, but it's a stereotypical channel with a cartoon intro that shows the stereotypical liberals being blown up. Talks about liberals not wanting to work, and they want the coronavirus to continue. I think the basic difference between my channel and his is I honestly try to bring the truth here. No matter if I don't like it, even if it's ugly, even if it hurts me, I'm going to bring the truth here. when I talk about Trump supporters, I realize that they're not all, so a lot of them, like my family, are fearful of a new world, and I can understand that. Different people have different objectives, different things that trigger them, different things that make them angry. I realize that all Trump supporters aren't the same. I do believe that a good portion of people don't support Trump because he's a good man. I believe they support Trump because he fears and hates the same things they do. And that's exactly what I see in this Andrew Klavan. I honestly, I would tell you more about this channel, but I couldn't. I mean, I think I've said all I need to say. It's every stereotype you could think of, just repeated. That none of us work. I'm a professional artist, by the way. I'm a retired Teamster truck driver. I was working since I was 14 years old. I worked my entire life, every day. I'm Native American. I don't know. But yeah, I don't need to talk too much. But anyway, I'm sure there's plenty of those of conservative side channels too that say what they want to say. I don't see this. I don't see it. I don't see this censorship that Donald Trump's talking about. Like I said, and I could already see the way he's spinning it. Again, whenever he's called out on something, it's always a conspiracy. Poor Donald Trump. They're trying to censor the patriot, the people's man, Donald Trump. It's always a conspiracy by the crazy left or the big tech companies, the deep state. It's all unprovable stuff. They need a boogeyman because they don't have any facts. And I'd like to think that my channel and other channels like mine, we talk about everything. Like I said, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I'll change my views from time to time. There's several views that I have that would be considered conservative. I agree with the death penalty. I own guns. There's several conservative views I agree with. What I don't agree with is the ignorance that's in the Oval Office, Donald Trump. Like I said yesterday in the video, it's an abomination. It's a disgrace to the United States that a man like this could be the leader of our country. All right. You guys have a good day.